So I'll talk a little bit about CBSET. When we founded the company, we actually founded it out of academia. And we consider ourselves a translational research organization. In 2006, we recognized that there was a service gap in translational research. And what we wanted to build is be able to build a research institution that enabled complex preclinical and surgical research in a GLP compliant facility, but which enabled participation of the thought leaders and the clinical experts and the key opinion leaders to stay involved in the research through the early efficacy trials into GLP safety assessment. And enabling that allows the technologies to translate faster and translate in a way where they're clinically relevant. So we structured our institution as a not-for-profit. And the reason why we did that is a not-for-profit got rid of the IP hurdles, which are often a barrier for early translational research. It enabled us to be an independent scientific expert from an FDA perspective. It enabled us to have contractual relationships with the academics and the hospitals in early co-sponsored research projects like SBRs and R01s and DoD grants. It enabled us to actually interact with the FDA and train FDA reviewers. And from a physician perspective, we can hire physicians, they're hired by us and not by the companies, and so it eliminates physician conflict of interest, so you can get key opinion leaders and physicians involved in early stage research without them being conflicted. And because we are independent, we can participate in publication and presentation of data, and that's critically important because it allows credibility for translation of the early research and being able to present what's different about what the university innovator has created, with all key aspects. So this is a pretty busy slide, and I did this on purpose. And technology translation requires you to conduct safety assessment and efficacy testing under GLPs. GLPs are the governing regulations, 21 CFR Part 58, where all safety and efficacy testing has to be done under GLPs in order for the FDA to assess safety to enable first-in-man trials. And so from a service perspective, you need to have FDA expertise and knowledge of the preceding technologies, knowledge of the entire drug delivery or device delivery paradigm. You have to have USDA licensure, OLA, you have to be ALAC accredited, and you have to have specialized skills like high resolution imaging suites and confocal microscopy and scanning electron microscopy, and you have to have histopathology and boarded pathologists and boarded veterinarians and be able to do morphometric analyses. And so all of these things are required to translate a technology, and that's why we exist in this paradigm, in this cluster, to be able to enable small companies to stay nimble, to not burn up their investments too quickly, and to get through that translational phase where they have an idea, they've translated it into an actual product, and they can test it in a way to bring it into the clinic. And what you don't see in these pictures is what's most important. You don't see the people. So we ask ourselves the question, well, why have 1,500 sponsors in the past 13 years chosen CBSET to do their work? And it's because of our reputation. We have 5 full-time veterinarians on staff, 3 boarded pathologists, 50 surgery and pathology technicians, but it's the credibility that recognized as an unbiased expert that enables you to develop your technology. And we together have a culture that's focused on science, method development, and most importantly, and this is key, most importantly, understanding the mechanisms that enable your technology from a scientific perspective, because helping the physicians understand mechanism allows them to understand why your technology could be superior or better for the patient than others. And on to the right of this slide, there's a cover of Science and Translational Medicine. This is a paper that we published. Are we really a translational research institute? Well, this sort of proves the pudding. This is a paper on renal denervation, and we published this right around the time that the HTN-3 trial failed. And Murray Esler wrote an editorial basically to the community, to the physician community, saying you need to read this paper because this paper outlines the mechanistic reason why these therapies are variable in the clinic.